All right, let's kick it off with Kim K. She humbly celebrated her 40th birthday. She had gotten a private island for her friends and her family. And then, of course, in true Kim K, and I'll also say Libra fashion, she decided to post all up and down social media to talk about just what a great day and experience it was for her birthday. Now, ladies, she caught a lot of heat for it. So for Kim K to post on social media how grand her time was it insensitive or completely on brand?
Well, let's go to social media. We have a comment here from Jessica, and Jessica says, people are mad because she flew to a private island on a private plane with her family and closest friends. Sounds more like jealousy. If I was as rich as her, I'd be doing the same thing. So is it jealousy? I don't know, but I actually also don't know why people are surprised. I mean, this family has always broadcast their business and flaunted what they have. So Kim turned 40 years old. Why did anyone expect that a pandemic would curb the thirst of the Kardashians? I don't get it. Like, you know, people are like, this is so tone deaf. When have they ever been on tone? Like, when has the Kardashians ever been tone hearing? So to me, I don't know why people are so bothered by this.
I'll tell you why, because we're all sitting here quarantining, not going outside and not on any planes. That's why we're hot and bothered about it, Lainey. Yes, it's completely tone deaf. I think the one comment I think I go to is the famous quote from Kourtney Kardashian. Everybody knows the one. Kim, there are literally people dying. And that applies on a serious note here. I mean, we're talking about Kim going on about, you know, how she rode alongside whales and she was riding bikes and taking boats and XYZ. And people on social media are in positions where they can barely survive off of stimulus checks. To me, it's not the fact that she went there. I'm more upset at the fact that she's trying to act like, you know, she's talking about how she asked people to quarantine themselves for just this time, to make it seem as though it was just this time that they did something this extravagant. Girl, we follow you on social media. We know that the pandemic did not affect you 9 months ago. So don't try to act like you don't have this access to wealth and immediate doctors and immediate attention the way that people don't. And so for me, why it was just so interesting to see her go out of her way to then go at the end to be like, oh, but I'm humbly reminded of my privilege. That's all unnecessary. If you're going to boast at this point, just boast.
I hear that. Like, don't apologize for it. This is the one thing I feel like Kim especially, you know, she's been making such big strides in many ways. Like, she's been working so hard on prison reform and all of these things. And she's going to law school. And then she can, like, undermine herself by these kinds of trips. And that's the stuff that always confuses me. Am I one of those jealous people? Yeah. Of course I'm one of those jealous people. On the second hand, we all have wanderlust, all of us, me especially. I'm like, oh, gosh, traveling. She took a private 777 for her entire crew to Tahiti for 6 days. So if you're asking, do I want to be one of those people on the plane? 100%. But there's 2 points to that. Number one, she said everybody got tested and everyone's safe and quarantining. So I'm going to be watching 2 weeks from now if there's any headlines of an outbreak in this crew. Mm-hmm. If there isn't, it starts to make me think about travel in an even more lustful way. There's a whole new Harvard study. Yes, because a Harvard study was just released saying flying on a plane can be safer than going to your grocery store. So I take the Kim K story. I take Harvard.
Who funded that study?
I'm telling you, there's jealousy that's pushing me.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank
was
you.
Was it bankrolled by anybody? Like an airline?
Yeah. I want to know more information
Harvard.
about that. Yeah, but you don't know who's behind the scenes. I know. I'm not sure I want it. Also, one is necessary. We have to go to grocery stores. Another is not necessarily, quite frankly. I mean, I was definitely rolling my eyes as I was going through my Twitter feed last night. And I was also laughing at people calling out some really humorous aspects of this. One was the cake. Did anyone notice the cake that she had? It was so awful looking. Like, and it's unbelievable. Like, it's a like, that is the cheapest looking cake I have ever seen. It is terrible looking, and I got some laws out of that.
It's based
I
on her
also was
latest
laughing.
campaign. That's why.
It's terrible looking. I don't know what the excuse is. The use of the word humble was also really funny. But listen, they didn't get to be this way, the way that the Kardashians are, without, legions of fans buying in. So in a way, we are all responsible. I mean, not me personally, but anyone who actually watched that show on the regular, who buys into their products, they have made them these obscenely wealthy people. But I would say that if you're feeling mad and upset about this, I would say reserve some of that anger for the people who hold the bulk of the wealth in North America. Look at the top echelons of any major company, and what you will find by and large are a bunch of white men. And when you ask yourself, what are those people who hold a huge amount of power and wealth, what are they doing to contribute to the world order, contribute to diversity, contribute to helping the environment? If you ask yourself those questions and the answers are nothing, that's where you should be channeling your anger to, not to the Kardashian family.
Well, thank you for your defense of the Kardashians, Cynthia. I love it.
I'm going to do both, Cynthia. How about that?